The thing at the bottom of the stairs. This was posted to the subreddit, True Scary Stories, by user, @ZealousIdeal4301. When I was 4 or 5, we stayed with some of our family in an old house. Because it was so many people, I usually slept with either my mom or my sister. Mostly my mom. I always felt uneasy when I visited this house. Especially at night. This one night I was sleeping with my mom and I heard someone calling my name. At first I thought it was my sister or one of my cousins. I got out of the bed, left the room and went into the hallway. It always was dimly lit at night in case anyone needed to go to the bathroom. I looked down the hall to the rooms my sister and cousins were in, but their doors were closed and I didn't see any lights peeking under the doors. So I knew they hadn't called me. I heard the voice call my name again and I immediately turned in the direction of the stairs at the other end of the hall. The voice kept calling my name and telling me they needed my help. I slowly walked down the hall and stopped at the top of the stairs. The hallway light illuminated most of the stairs except for the bottom two. So I couldn't see anything beyond that point, just darkness. The voice called my name again, but the tone shifted slightly. It was a little more friendly and inviting. It said again that it needed my help. I asked it why it needed my help, but it said it would have to show me for me to understand. It begged me to come down the stairs so that it could show me. I took a step down the stairs, but a voice in my head said it was a trick. So I yelled down to the voice that it was trying to trick me and I was going to get my mom. The voice started begging me more to help it and began to make crying sounds as if it were in pain. I immediately felt bad for it and started taking more steps down the stairs as the voice continued to plead for my help. I got halfway down the stairs when a voice screamed loudly in my ear, "Don't take another step. If you do, it will take you and you won't be able to come back." I stopped immediately, frozen where I was. The voice at the bottom of the steps asked me why I stopped. It told me to keep coming. I yelled no and I told it I knew it was trying to take me away. As I turned to run back up the steps, the voice let out a loud growl of frustration. I was only able to go up one step before hands materialized coming up from the step I was on and grabbed my ankles and tried to pull me into the solid wooden stairs. I started screaming to be let go and beating the hands with my little fists, but it only pulled me harder. I felt as if it was starting to pull me into the stairs. I started screaming for my mom and begging it not to take me. All of a sudden I felt hands around my waist and a force pulling me up and away from the hands. I looked up and saw a being was with me. It materialized from a somewhat smoky state until it became as solid as me. It was levitating in the air as it reached down and had its arms around me, attempting to pull me up and away from the stairs. I clung to the being as if my life depended on it because I knew instinctively that it did. I am not sure how long the tug of war went on. I just remember that the voice at the bottom of the stairs growls getting louder with frustration and me crying and begging the being not to let it take me. Eventually the being was able to pull me free from the hands. It lifted me up, but I soon realized it was taking me too far up. Like it was going to take me through the ceiling. I freaked out and started squirming in its arms, begging it to take me to my mom. It started descending and then set me down in the upstairs hallway outside the room my mom was in. I bust through the door, ran to the bed and started shaking my mom awake. I was hysterical. My mom woke up and asked me what was wrong. I tried to explain it to her, but I was crying so hard and shaking she couldn't understand me. She told me it must have been a bad dream and tried to comfort me. She held me until I eventually fell to sleep. The next morning I tried to tell my mom what happened, but she again dismissed it as a bad dream. Maybe it was. The funny thing is, other members of my family mentioned that morning that in the night they either heard what sounded like yelling in the hallway or asked if there was a dog in the house because they thought they heard growling downstairs. Thank you, @ZealousIdeal4301, for letting me share your experience. That is a terrifying encounter, and I'm happy that you had that spirit to protect you. I hope you were able to find out what it was that you were dealing with. Thank you all for watching.